Fellas, what happened? I leave the house for 2 hours and PokeMMO descends into chaos, man. Servers are down, Discord's going crazy, egg hunting's ruined, Vanity's pod, encounter tracker pod, the game is saved, the game's dead. What's going on, dude? I don't know what's happening. I've read a little bit of it. We got to check it out, man. Servers are down for maintenance, down for an update. Now, what is this update, Patrouski? A lot of you guys might be asking. I've read through some of it. Some of it seems insane. Some of it seems exciting. Some of it seems interesting. Some of it seems concerning. I'm going to be giving my first instinctive opinions, which are not always good. I'm going to tell you guys right up front, right? Whenever we're reading through updates like this, we have to take time, process. A lot of people are going to be fucking dropping game's dead, blah, blah. A lot of people are gonna be going crazy. Okay, let's take a breath, let's see what's actually going down, let's talk about it, let's jump into it. Okay, let's see. Live leaderboard shine. So firstly, they're addressing the fact that Shiny Wars is an update, which is really cool. They're calling this is the Pokemon update, Shiny Wars 2025. They're acknowledging that the game is Shiny Wars is the new summer update. It's an official thing. It's not just a community thing. That's crazy. Okay, that's insane, right? Let's continue onward. For the duration of this event, Shiny Wars, wild encounter shiny rates are plus 10%. I don't think they needed to do this. I'm not involved in Shiny Wars, so it affects me less. I'm not doing it this year. To me, it's like, why? If it creates excitement and buzz, then maybe it's worth it. I don't like when games throw XP bonuses and boosted rates, and because then it incentivizes planning around those so specifically. But if people are already doing Shiny Wars, maybe it's fine. I'm kind of neutral towards this, neutral to like, why did we need this like, what? I don't think we needed this. I think it just makes it, I find it like arbitrary excitement. But anyways, I like the shiny rate the way it is, but let's go ahead. General changes, I'm neutral to it, you know. Neutral to slight dislike. Why? When chatting on desktop, if the chat frame is minimized, you receive a whisper, you'll not receive a notification. Okay, some small stuff. Added an option to disable spectate notifications. This one was funny to me. I read it in the car. It was funny to me on the way home. When sleeping, monsters now close their eyes. When not, they can now blink. I think this is just sleep clarity in a battle. Swarm data has now been updated to include new species. This is a big deal. It's kind of easy to go over this. They're adding new swarms. That's a big deal. It's easy to read over that and not appreciate that. There's just new swarms being added. That's a big deal. Spindas now have unique appearances. This is really fucking cool to me. Easy to read over this and get past it in a blink of an eye. This is a really fucking big deal. It's a really big deal. I don't even have all my stuff on. Chat's not even on. I'm so sorry. I'm getting back home from the movie theater. The update's happening. I don't have anything on stream. Apologies. No, we'll just keep HelloFresh off screen for this. There's chat. There you go. Chat wants to weigh in. This means, means what I think it means, you can now hunt for infinite different shiny variations of Spinda. Like, that's actually really fucking cool. For those who don't know, in traditional Pokemon, there's like billions of different Spinda patterns, but in PokeMMO, there was only ever one Spinda pattern, and it sucked. Like, Spinda's a really interesting shiny because you can hunt different variations and versions of it with different little splotch patterns. That's really cool. So hell yeah, man. Many user interfaces such as the guild and bag are now more controllers. Okay, sure. When an out of battle move is hotkeyed and the numbers displays now the actual uses. I'm happy to see this. A lot of people ask, how do I get 64 Sweet Scent? And you don't actually get that. It's just when you have 2 Sweet Scent mons in the party, but it doesn't actually up the amount that is used, if that makes sense. Okay. When used, Sweet Scent can now automatically replenish its PPs and level berries. Okay, so even easier than the use we have now. Okay. Shiny monsters now show a unique particle in the summary. I'm excited to see what that looks like. This is just I'm going to do the overview of me reacting to every change, and then I'll end up doing, once servers are up, I want to do another video going in and testing every single, not every, but a lot of the big things, right? Eggs now use unique sprites depending on the species. That's interesting. Is that like how long they take to hatch sort of thing? When interacting with the daycare man, players can now directly access the full functionality of the PC. Sure. Eggs can no longer hatch while in your party. This is the one that I read and I was like, what is happening? So we're changing the way that eggs hatch. Incubators. We're adding incubators. Incubators hatch speed can be sped up by keeping a party member with flame body / magma armor in a special PC slot. In a slot versus in the party. I don't love this because it's getting rid of interesting gameplay, which is like deciding whether or not you should go do one activity and you're gonna efficiently hatch your eggs or not. Why are we doing this? Let's read. Incubators can be fully managed without needing to be at the PC. Players can now obtain up to 8 permanent incubators. Okay, the new way that we hatch eggs. Why are we doing this? 5 incubators are given when players first meet the daycare man of each region. 1 incubator, okay. Elite 4, 1 incubator can be found after defeating the Ho-Oh. Rematch, 1 incubator can be found after defeating Red. That's kind of cool. Okay, so you get these incubators. Players who have already met the criteria for the bonus incubators will have them automatically. Okay, sure. Well, what's the benefit of incubators? Why do we need incubators? Temporary incubators are available through the gift shop. Temp incubators can be used up to 500 times before breaking. Up to 7 can be used at the same time. So you can hatch more eggs at once. Why do we need this? Party slots? Where are my experienced PokeMMO players in chat? I'm curious. Why do we need incubators? I want a charitable argument towards it. It's... Oh, so you can speed up... Oh, okay. So, obviously, I'm assuming this is not good. I don't like the idea of being able to pay to hatch eggs faster. We don't need... PokeMMOs already pay for advantage, and we, like, begrudgingly deal with it. We don't need more. Stop. Don't add pay for advantage. I'm always vehemently against that. I was vehemently against Mysterious Balls when that was added. I can't think of a good reason. Even if you want to do incubators, so the argument for normal incubators, permanent incubators, is to slightly buff egg shunting. The argument for permanent incubators that I can think of off the top of my head is to slightly buff egg shunting. Not even slightly. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even say slightly. It's like disrespectful. To like decently buff egg shunting, right? You take egg shunting from being 5 eggs at a time to 8 at a time. You're buffing the speed of egg shunting by almost, what, 40%? Which is kind of insane. Why are we buffing egg hunting that much? And all this is going to do, the Ditto consumption will be crazy. Yeah, Dittos are already crazy. We need to, where is there an alpha nerf in here? Okay. Permanent incubators are really, really nice. I don't know if they are, man. All we're doing is buffing egg hatching, which I understand is very rare, and I respect locking it behind gameplay elements. That's cool. Why do we need to buff egg hatching by 3 more eggs? Yeah, 60% mathematically. So it's... And then, even being charitable to permanent incubators, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is temporary? Why? Sorry, it makes... I'm being a little instinctive, but I'm trying... This is just pay for advantage, right? You're just allowing someone to pay RP, credit card swipe, to hatch more eggs at once, right? This fucking sucks. Even if I'm charitable to, like, okay, permanent incubators, we buff eggs. This is just bad. You're just milking. I'm really bummed about this. Okay, there's positive. Every update has positives and negatives. Let's read through. Let's not get stuck on just the negatives, even though it can cloud the positives. And maybe I need to understand more. Maybe I need to think on it more. Permanent incubators, I can understand to some extent, and I can even understand how maybe a buff to egg shunting needs to happen at some point. Power creep needs to happen at some point. Do we really need 60% on top of pay for advantage? Anyways, we're gonna move on and come back to it. Encounter tracker. This is a really big deal. This is a really big deal and a really cool thing for a lot of people, right? The encounter tracker is now available at a dex upgrade. As a dex upgrade for players who have defeated the Elite Four in the region, this upgrade will automatically be applied to your dex upon login if already valid. This is really fucking cool. And I like the idea of them adding the tracker as sort of an in-game upgrading benefit, right? The encounter tracker keeps track of your total number of encounters, including wild encounters, alpha encounters, raid battles. This is really fucking cool that it tracks everything separately. Wild, alpha, raid, mysterious, eggs, fossils. That's really fucking cool. No encounter counter has ever done that before. Also tracks of all shiny encounters. The current wild shiner if your character is also shown. This is mostly going to be 1 in 30,000, but if there's a bonus or shiny charms or donor sets, whatever. I thought this was really fucking cool as well. 96 cosmetics have had their appearance refreshed to improve quality. It's been a really big discussion recently as new cosmetics and things get released. Certain older ones are kind of getting left by the wayside, and I feel a little bad for that. That's kind of interesting. Okay. And they go through a list here. I'm not going to go through everything, but I saw the burger hat on this, and that stood out to me. So the burger hat got a visual rehaul. Global trade link updates. Item market updates. This is actually really fucking cool for flippers from what I saw a little bit of this. Item listings now show the current lowest price available for an item. That's really cool. Players can now quickly buy multiple listings. I'll have to see how that plays out. Price trend data is now shown in the GTL. Bro, this update did just like totally open up the game for flippers and for like people to have accounts. That's really fucking cool. I used to watch a streamer way back in the day. I think his name was Quink, Quinck. Shout out to him, an OG streamer on Twitch back in like 2011, 2014. He used to stream himself flipping in PokeMMO like way back. I want to say 2015, 2016. It was still a GTL. 2015, 2016 era. Maybe later than that, but he streamed a lot back then as other things as well. But he used to only stream himself flipping and just like keeping track of all the sales and GTL and data, and it was really fucking cool to me. Create Auction will now show basic information about an item's current pricing. Okay, sure. More helpful tools to help list things. GTL listings can now have their prices updated and into relist. This was really cool to me. This is going to be like really competitive. The fact that you can edit your prices while something is listed is actually like insanely competitive for flipping and stuff. You can get things sold and bought way quicker. You can just move things way faster. Yeah, flipping is getting massively buffed, in my opinion, in this update. When purchasing colored vanities, players can now quickly search for, many more improvements. Okay, I'm excited to see the GTL stuff. Seems really, really cool. New items. Pure Amulet now available to the Battle Point shop. Okay, BP shop prevents the item holder's stat stages from being lowered by foes. Eject Pack is now available to the BP shop. I don't know, let me switch to another party member if you're choosing. Sure, these seem, these like probably affect PvP more than anything. I can't speak on them too much, so PvP gamers, Spidget, how do you feel about these? Let me know. Text processing stuff, I can't speak on this too much, I don't think. We're gonna move past that. Gift shop stuff, these are cool. I mean, these are the kind of vanities I expect in the gift shop. Like, hell yeah, man, why not? Orange and blue flaming swords to match these outfits. Hell yeah, I have no problem with these vanities. Awesome. I was curious about this. Charm buckets are now available in the gift shop, a special type of charm which attracts foes in the water. When active, rods will all... Why is it in the gift shop? What? I don't know how much money the PokeMMO devs make. I don't know how much servers cost. I'm always the charitable person. Why are these in the gift shop? I've been saying forever. I've been advocating for a small buff to fishing shunting for a while. I think it is the one method that actually needs maybe a small buff. It costs 200 RP for 1 hour. Fucking why? Anyways, thoughts on vanities being 2000 RP? I think that's fine. I think vanities being 2K RP, I have no problems with that. I think the devs should get paid. I think that's fine. Why are we... Stop putting charms. Stop putting charms in the gift shop. Premium lures were already like pushing it, but they're so bad. Money-wise, it's fine. This could just be a really cool in-game item. Why are you putting in the gift shop? Sweet Stock Arena in the gift shop is fine. Some of these things are fine. Why are you pushing the boundary like this? Fishing just needs a small little buff. Does not need to be a gift shop item. I've wanted you to be able to just fish without having to deal with not even a nibble text. I think it would be a perfect small little buff. Not a quality of life thing, but like a buff. And it'd be nice. Sweet Stock Arena is what's been talked about for a very, very long time. They're going to implement it in the simplest way possible, which is just sweet setting without the need of a sweet set Pokemon in your party, which is really cool. Which this mattered. Well, previously this would have really mattered for efficiently egg hatching while also doing ×5 Leppas or ×5 Hordes during Shiny Wars. So previously this would have mattered for efficient shunting, for like the peak most, like people would care the most. But now I don't know if it matters because of incubators. Balancing some horde / lore areas have been updated. Placing, okay, that's cool. Some small little things. Okay, this is really cool. I haven't read this yet. Johto, wait. Oh my god, are we getting the split? I have not read this yet at all. Are we getting the fixed split? Oh, that's so amazing. Okay. Wait, are these just single encounters? Hordes? No, these are hordes. Johto's Dragon's Den. Replaced? Wait, I'm so curious to see this. I've been saying this forever. How we should... I even suggested add Horsey to Dragon's Den and how perfectly it fits. I have to see this in game. I don't know if I understand the math correctly. I'm terrible at math. But I'm so... Does this affect when you press Sweet Scent? Surely it must. Yeah, is this the 40-20-20? Dude, if this is 40% Magikarp Horde, 20% Horsey, and then 20% Dratini, that would be amazing. I think that's what this is saying. That would be really fucking cool. That would be like an amazing, phenomenal shunting update. And then same with... even though it's Graveler, like, I'm so... Like, hell yes. Okay. We needed this so bad. The like different 20, 20, 40 horde splits. For those who don't know, on the way to efficiently shiny hunt Dratini, you end up getting 4 Magikarps on average. Nobody needs 4 shiny Magikarps. So I advocated for a very long time to make it 40% chance for Magikarp, 40% chance for a Horsey Horde, and then 20% chance for Dratini. Keep the same Dratini spot. And then people will end up with like 2 Horseys on average, 2 Magikarps, 1 Dratini, right? That's a cool shunt because you still end up with duplicates and, you know, you still fight for it, but it makes sense. I'll have to see how it feels in game. Yeah, some of this is singles, but I'm curious how I'll have to test it. I'm a test it myself kind of guy, not a math guy. Apologies, not my specialty. Same with the Onyx and Graveler Horde. I'm excited to see it. Okay, that's really cool. And then the Sinnoh Bibarel. I assume this is the Ralt spot. I bet you this is the Ralt spot, right? Route 209. A lot of people complain about the Ralt spot. It's a really common one, so that would make sense to me. 50-minute client crashes. Shadows would clip it. Okay, sure. Bug fixes. Any relevant bug fixes. Kick options are displayed. When sharing a link, the fixed feed displays. It was delay for when entering the overworld. I had this. Yeah, this was interesting. I didn't know it was a bug. I thought it was like a custom string problem. Gotcha. Some reason the party would meant to be shown. So I'm trying to read through this quickly so I can see what's relevant. If anybody has any relevant bug fixes you think are worth talking about, let me know. Thoughts on the update releasing 30 minutes before the Shiny War? Probably not fucking good, man. Like, people... Once again, I am the biggest optimist in the PokeMMO community, but I also do think I speak out against the devs when they do something wrong. Sometimes people perceive them as doing something wrong that I don't feel is wrong, and I don't speak out against it, and people get mad at me for not complaining about the same stuff that they complain about, which sucks. And the reality is, now that I am complaining about stuff, people who disagree with me are going to say that I'm over complaining. So you can't make everybody happy. That's what I'm trying to understand or trying to accept. They shouldn't have released this update right before Shiny Wars. Like, I assume... I don't know what their work life balance is. I don't know, because I don't know what it's like to be a dev. I don't know. It shouldn't have happened. They should have been working. Something should, like, they shouldn't have happened. Anyways, like, there's got to be a better option. There's a lot of bug fixes. There's a lot. Like, I would have rather them just get less done in this update to push it out a few days sooner, right? Like, I would have rather not fix some of these bugs, or don't fix 80% of these bugs, fuck it, and just have this update push out 2 days earlier, right? Having this done, even then, that would have been rough, right? But the fact that it's right before wars and people had a bunch of strategies in mind and time, I know that when I did video game competitions, I would sleep to the minute, or like sleep to like the 30-minute before the event started. I bet you a lot of people woke up. The event was supposed to start, what, 8 p.m. ET? I bet you a lot of people took a nap or slept till 7:30, woke up, and now they're just wasting their sleep and wasting hours, right? Like, that's not... It sucks, man. Maybe they popped the energy drink as well. Now their caffeine routine's fucked up. It matters when you're in that top 1%. Like, it sounds silly, but it'd be the same for anybody taking anything else super seriously, you know? Man. So, yeah. Also, a big reason why the servers went down and then back up and then back down. A big reason they went down is because players were losing items to a bug when trading and purchasing items. The incident was sourced from a bug. Capped at alternate item traffic for one per track. Actually, we've resolved this issue and we're currently deploying a game server update for it. Approximately 9,000 players were affected in the few minutes this issue was active. Holy shit. We're working to handle players. How many people? PokeMMO's massive, dude. 9,000 players affected in minutes. Those are only players who like traded and stuff in that time. We're going to restore items as possible. The thread is okay. Yeah, so they're trying to restore items right now, and that might take. I don't know if servers will be up tonight. That might take a while. I have no idea. Restoring items is usually a pretty big thing. Another piece of information. Someone had asked, the incubators aren't the new shunting method, right? And Rage did reply, the new shunting method previously teased was not included in this update. I thought that was really, really interesting. Okay, that's... Okay. So, that's everything. Overall thoughts, I think it sucks. I feel like I have equal things to be excited for. The encounter tracker, the cosmetic overhaul, the GTL update. I have equal things to be, the Horde change is a big one. I have like equal things to be excited for as I am concerned and disappointed for, which is not what you want to see in it. Yes, JW Tree is you're speaking, you're in my brain, dude. All I can think about is the incubators. It sucks. It sucks, man. What's the difference between incubators and shiny charms in terms of pay to win? The difference is how many of them exist in the shop, right? The difference is if one shiny charm's there, it was added a long time ago, sure, whatever. If another one, okay, not good. Another, what the fuck are we doing? The problem is how many, right? Pay for advantage is something that sucks. I talked about it recently. The ability to pay for advantage exists in almost every single MMO. The ability to buy gold, right? In RuneScape, you have bonds. In World of Warcraft, you have the WoW token. In PokeMMO, you have RP. I don't like that you can credit card swipe to buy RP and then sell it for Pokeyen, but at least when you do that, you can't buy good OT shinies. You can't buy PvP skills. You can't buy a bunch of... You can't buy the skill. You can't pay to win in PokeMMO. You can only pay for advantage. Right? And I still don't love that. I was the most outspoken person against Mysterious Balls because they're paid to win to a large extent. They skip so much time, right? The incubators, in my opinion, are pushing that boundary of pay to win. They are so much of an obvious pay to advantage. It's really, 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 really unfortunate. It's really, really disappointing. The permanent incubators, the 60% or so buff to egg hunting, even that I don't love. I wouldn't love that alone. I don't dislike the idea of incubators. 8 is too many. Upgrading from 5 eggs being hatched at a time to 8 is crazy. It's such a massive buff. And then temp just straight up being a gift shop thing. And the fact that you can use 7 of them. Maybe I'm missing something where you can only... Maybe, yeah, 5, exactly. 5 to 15 is crazy. That's the problem, is you're adding the 8 plus the 7. You're tripling the speed of egg shunts. Power creep is going to happen. It's not always good to make things easier just for the sake of making things easier. Achievements have to hold in a game, and they have to feel impressive and difficult. It's going to happen over time where patience thins, new players come in, we need a revitalization. It's okay to power creep, but yeah, 5 to 15 is just batshit. It's just insane. I don't know what, yeah. Maybe there's a limit of how many incubators you can use, but I don't think that's the case, right? Like, if you could only, yeah. I think that's my final thoughts. It really bums me out. It really bums me out that such an amazingly positive update like the encounter counter that we've wanted for so long. The GTL update's phenomenal. The Horde split. It feels like a lot of this is being overshadowed by 1 or 2 massive changes to rare shiny hunting. And I wonder if they just thought, oh, the people that rare shiny hunt are just like such a niche minority of the game. They won't, people won't fight against it. They won't know. I don't know. I don't know what happened. They won't notice it. They won't fight against it, but I am I'm concerned. I'm unhappy about permanent incubators. straight up pissed about temporary. There's no why. I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed. Incubators are good. Eggs for all. If everybody's super, nobody's super. If the rarest shinies in the game become 3 times easier, what are we doing, man? In one update, it's okay, like a little bit here, 10% here, you know, 300% easier overnight is just, what are we doing? What's the point? That's a bummer, man. I'm sorry to leave such a negative taste in your mouth on this update overview, but that's my update overview. The encounter tracker is cool. Hopefully, my hope as a hardcore player is that the average player base can have fun with this update. It sucks. My hope is that even though I'm frustrated as a hardcore player and the hardcore players are getting kind of shafted here, my hope is that the casual players and the average players have fun. That's all, and that's all. That's important. That is important. I hope we don't continue to shaft the hardcore players for the sake of the numbers, but we'll see what happens. Pat, it's okay to hate. It's not okay to be non-constructive. It's not okay to hate it's not okay to hate. It's good to critique. If I actually want to solve these problems, I need to talk about them in a constructive way. And I hope that I've done that decently well today and explained to you why I actually don't like the incubators, the temporary and permanent. Hopefully I've provided charitable, fair argumentation, okay? Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. It's a long one. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't. Don't dislike if you disagree with me. That's not, you know, dislike if you dislike my arguments. That's fine, like the other bad arguments. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday. 12 PM ET, all that stuff. I'm not ending stream. Just put this video up for you guys to see as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. I'll be live streaming if you're watching this. Hell yeah.